Get the dust bunnies out. All right, here we go. You ready? Stop. Are you ready to sing? What'd you have in there? Standing between you and a hard place is insane. Standing too near you and a fire makes it clear. Your trouble to me, real trouble, can't you say? Leaning in close, smell of your perfume scares me most. Leaning away, hey, it feels farther every day. Your trouble to me, real trouble, can't you say? No more singing, Champy? You and I here all alone, Sunday morning here at home. Sky's blue and the scarf is strong, it's true. Then I open my eyes to a dream realized in front of me. And I haven't got a clue what in the world has happened to me. I think I'm happy, like the first day of summer vacation. Happy, gotta get a little rest and relaxation. Happy, like the choir on Sunday morning singing true. Oh, sister, when you cook that way, sweet distraction rules my day. Kitchen table just might break to the sound of you and I rocking our bodies. Yeah, I don't understand why I wasn't your lover man 100 years ago. Fella's gonna have to understand. Put the hat to the man who scored. I think I'm happy, like the first day of summer vacation. Happy, gotta get a little rest and relaxation. Happy, like the choir on Sunday morning singing true. Good evening, good people. Earbud in, but I have my little earbud in. Good evening,
good people. My audio is weird. Oh, that was because I had my earbud in. I forgot I had my earbud in. That was making weirdness. Ah, the earbud. We got a new line producer. I know this just looks like a shitty home office, but this is actually, if I turn the camera around, what you would see is a $20 million production studio, and we have a new line producer. We were testing out some new techniques, and that line producer, who's now been fired, forgot to tell me to take my earbud out. It's sad. It's sad. I thought he was a fine fella. 50 years in the business. One mistake. Goodbye. It's kind of ruthless organization we run around here, because you don't get this kind of production quality with just an iPhone and a shitty home office. No. You think just anyone could do this? No. I can't see. I can't see. I still can't see. I don't think my glasses have been washed in a fucking week. All right. Good evening, good people of the internet. The TikTokers. All right, is the audio better now? By the way, the hair and makeup people, though, they're top dollar. Yeah, like, okay, this is 4 different wigs. You wouldn't know that. My eyebrows are actually bald. These are glued on a hair at a time every night. And you're like, do they want to make you seem like a underpaid professor with those eyebrows? Yeah, part of the look. It's the AI Learning Lab. They're like, we're going to make you all professorial. Hang on, we have another toupee to put on. This isn't even me playing. This is just a prop. I've got James Taylor sitting just behind camera. I mean, he's decent. James, not your music, okay? It's always about him. It's always about him. He's like, it was big in the 70s, right? I'm like, yeah, we know, James. We know. We've got the records. On a country road. This is what happens when you go live early and the crew is not ready. I know. I pulled a fast one on the mods. I went 10 minutes early. Look, it's just now 8 o'clock and we've almost got all our guitar playing done. We can let James go for the night. Fantastic. I got Tom Segura over to my right, piping in the comedy ideas to me as the live's going on. It seems like I'm really quick-witted and I'm just constantly, right? I got Tom Segura doing the like satirical kind of wit. I got Dana Carvey cooking up characters for me. You know what's funny? What you don't know before you have a $20 million production studio like I do? You think that people you see on TV are just talented. What you don't realize is there's just a whole support network. Basically just taking a talentless meat bag and shoving ideas into it. And boy, it's remarkable. Like I watch back the recordings, I'm like, that's not even me. Oh. The poor cue card guy. Well, the cue card guy's a dyslexic, which is why sometimes things here do not. La, da, 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 da. I saw some rumblings that a handful of people were getting ChatGPT voice. It's been 6 weeks. 6 weeks? Yeah, 6 weeks since they said we're going to have voice, and like 4 months since they announced Sora. I think people are fed up with old OpenAI not launching shit. Silver Fox, I went 10 minutes early. Well, you done me, you bet I felt it. Tried to be chill, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back before the cool done run out. I'll be giving it my bestest. Nothing gonna stop me but divine intervention. Reckon it's again my turn. No champ to win some or learn some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. No? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Shitty dog. You know what you did right there, champ? You just revealed what a subpar singer I am. See, here's the deal. When you have a singing dog, you don't have to sing that good because everyone's like, oh, Champy's so cute. But when Champy doesn't step up to the plate and he doesn't sing, people are like, what is with this guy trying to... Should he be putting this on TikTok? He'd look better in a mankini. Twerking in a mankini, thinking about it all night. All right, let's get going. So, to those of you that are new here, my name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. I'm the CEO of this company, Storyvine. This is what they call merchandising, marketing. So right now you're all Googling, what's Storyvine? Oh, that's pretty cool. It's a video. It's like TikTok, but different. Huh. That's strange, Bob. So I do that. Do this thing called the AI Salon we'll talk about a little bit later. And I come in here and act like an idiot. Just an idiot. I just come on here and I'm like, hey there, people. Hi, people. What's happening? Let's talk about artificial intelligence. So, I can answer any questions. If you got questions, we can put them in the FAQ machine. I spin it up like a bingo cage. We put all your questions in there. I spin it up like a bingo cage, and I pull out 3 questions. And then I look at them, and I answer some other random question. All right. What about the lawsuit with Udio and Suno? Yes, I will read you the tweet I wrote about it. Gotta get my acting voice going. All right. Major labels sue AI firms Suno and Udio for alleged copyright infringement, spearheaded by the RIAA Recording Industry something association. Universal, Warner, and Sony have banded together to sue two of the world's most advanced startups in emerging field of AI music. So they're going to sue on behalf of all these artists, and then when they get all that money, they're going to give it to the artists, right? Oh, that's cute. That is cute. No, they're going to keep it. They're going to keep it. So here's what I wrote. This was my response. Lawyer, quote, I totally agree. AI is digital theft. Let's sue the bastards. Lawyer hangs up the phone. Stephanie, please bring me the folder of yacht catalogs. The winners in the next 20 years will be the lawyers. AI isn't slowing. You won't stop it. Accept AI, starve a lawyer. Do I think that they are going to find that there are all sorts of copywritten songs in the training data? Yes. Do I think that it would be better if all these companies had found a better way to attribute and compensate for the training data that's in there? Yes. Would any of this technology that we're playing with today exist if they had done that? No. So, I mean, there's sort of a short-term reality and there's a long-term reality. And I look at this, I try to deal with all of my philosophy around AI is all built on the premise that this is not stopping, it's not slowing down, and it's not going away. Any of it. So I think the lawsuits are all just distractions. I look at the long-term embedding of data, the long-term GPTification of everything. I see it as more vital and more important than all of the libraries in the world combined and all of the museums in the world combined. I see it as fundamental to the future of humanity. And if you ask someone about a library, they say, well, yeah, they can have recorded music in a library because it's for the good of the community. And so now the argument is, yeah, but they're making money on it. Well, they may or may not be. I think most of these companies are losing money. What they're doing is they're building these models that everyone gets to benefit from the collective intelligence of everyone that's come before us. The problem is the artists in the past 40 years, 50 years that are still alive. But I think we could all safely argue that having all of these works trained on all of the piano concertos that were recorded in the early part of the century, that's probably good. Good to have classical music in there. It's probably good to have the works of Shakespeare in there. It's probably good to have the Betty Crocker cookbook in there. Right? But there's a point at which everything will be embedded. Everything will be in the latent space. And we're just not there yet. So we're in a funky transition period where I absolutely understand the frustration, the madness, they're stealing from us, and then I look at it and go, and this is where it's all going. And the argument for this is for the good of humanity, if ever there was an argument to be made for a technology where that's the case, this is it. Because if you think about what the transformer model allows us to do. So here's an amazing thing. Google Their technology, they figured out with these spiders that would crawl around the World Wide Web, and it would crawl around an index. It would say, okay, here's what this site's about. Here's what this site's about. It took them years and years to do that. They went and they crawled all of the internet. They let us find all the shit on the internet. And that was absolutely remarkable because we could find all the shit on the internet. And then over 10 years, they became a monopoly and the SEO shit took over and it ruined the fucking internet, right? But there was a sweet spot there where they had indexed everything that we could get our hands on, or most of it, a lot of it. ChatGPT or GPT-3, the model that was the first one to sort of crack the code on this, and then GPT-4 and GPT-5 theoretically is coming in a couple of weeks. What they've effectively done is not just taken the metadata about websites, but they've taken all of the data from all of the sites, all of the data, and they've squished it into a little gold button that when you search on it,
you can make money with ChatGPT.
It doesn't just return you a list of links, it actually does some funky ass form of reasoning and answers your question. So they've essentially compressed the internet into this remarkable orb that can just answer shit and do shit, write code, make music, make pictures, make video. It's gonna fundamentally alter everything. And so I look at the three biggest music conglomerates in the world. What they're doing is not protecting artists. What they're doing is trying to the metaphor I use sometimes of sort of arguing about whether or not AI is good or bad is sort of like the Florida legislature arguing about and passing a law making tsunamis illegal. Tsunamis are bad. They're bad. Yes, let's pass a law. Let's make the people feel good. We will protect them with our fantastic legislation. All right, people, gather around. You know that tsunami that's coming? Uh-huh. Not to worry. We passed a law. You're protected. But what happens if it's all right. We've got laws for that now. So these big music conglomerates are like, fuck. It's not they're stealing from our artists. It's not that. It's their entire business model. I mean, their entire business model got obliterated with streaming. And so that was bad enough. And so now this is going to absolutely decimate it because music, in large part, is going to shift from one person making media and distributing it to millions to all of us making music in kind of real time as we need it. And we may or may not, buy music from companies like that ever again, or even stream music like that ever again. Now, we probably will, right? Songs you like, you're going to listen to again. But you might also just want songs that sound like songs you like that are really personal to you. So their entire business model is going to change. So I see this as their attempt to... this lawsuit is like, build a dike. What's a dike? That's a dam. Build a dam? Where? Around Tampa Bay. But the tsunami is going to hit all of Florida. And it's going to be 20 feet high. How big is your dike going to be? 4 feet. Why 4 feet? Because high tide, If it's windy and high tide, it goes to about 3 feet. So we want to build a foot. There's a 20-foot tsunami. Yeah, just if we could just build the dike around Tampa Bay, and that would protect us. If that is that good? Does that work for you? It's fucking ridiculous. Now, might they shut down Suno and Udio? Yep. You don't think there's an open source project right now sampling all the fucking music they can get their hands on? I bet one comes out from Stability AI. They'll open source that shit. Because Stability AI knows that they're probably going to get their asses sued into oblivion. That's, I think, my opinion about them is they're open sourcing everything because if they get sued into oblivion, all the code's still out there. So I understand why the lawsuit's happening. It'll be interesting to see what happens with it. A lot of these have gotten tossed out of court because the arguments for the greater good are pretty significant. And they'll do the same shit that the New York Times did, which if you prompt it in a specific way, it will give you a specific result. And the New York Times can say, they stole our articles. See? And the music industry will do the same shit with this. The other thing is that's just fucking gross is, none of it. If let's say they win this lawsuit, let's say they get the $500 million that got invested into these two companies, they get every penny of it. How much of that do you think is going to go to the artists? Anyone? It's mighty quiet in here. It's because all you can do is type. I have all the power. It's hilarious. All right. There is a project that is combining all possible chords and copywriting them with open access to everyone. Anti-bubbles. Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, if you sort of just mentally do your Back to the Future, get your car to 88 miles an hour and go Back to the Future to 5 years from now. All of the data is going to be ingested into all of these models. Right now, what makes this stuff so powerful is not the transformer model. It's not the technology. Well, it is. But the thing that makes it so powerful is that we are getting to tap into the collective intelligence of everyone that's come before us that's put anything on the internet. It's fucking miraculous. It's fucking miraculous. I mean, in the data set, is there some copywritten books and that is why this thing writes good? Yeah. But the scale of the amount of data that these things are trained on, it's kind of if you say, well, I have a song in there, okay, and I want to be compensated for that. Okay, here's how we're going to do it. In this cake, there was 3 cups of sugar, and your song is one of the little granules of sugar. And so that granule of sugar was dumped into the cake batter, it was stirred around, and then it was stuck in the oven, it was baked into a cake. That little piece of sugar, crystal, no longer exists. It's the way these things work. The original source data is not there anymore. It's turned into vectors. It's turned into mathematical locations in 1,000-dimensional mathematical space. And when you say to do something, it squirts up in there and goes, hey, give me the next most probable thing. And all these fucking tokens rain down. And if it was trained on words, then words rain down. And if it was trained on music, then music rains down. And if it was trained on fMRI brain scans, then crippled or paralyzed people can walk. Your grain of sugar ceases to exist. It's part of the... We could cut the cake up into teeny little pieces about the size of the piece of sugar, but it's no longer just a piece of sugar. It's now cake. Sugar is considered a fluid in baking. I did not know that, but it makes sense because when you eat your cake, it's not crunchy. It's smooth and delectable and delightful. Smart people are saying 13 years, 80% of all jobs will be gone, so we need to do something else anyway. Exactly. And it's funny. Here's how that's phrased, I think, is a little... It's in 13 years, 80% of the jobs are going to be gone. I don't look at it like that. I look at it like this, and I think it's going to happen sooner than 13 years, quite frankly. Let's say in 10 years, 80% of the tasks we do today will be automated. Your job may still exist, but you do completely different tasks. Because the tasks are going to be automated. And right now we call this collection of tasks a job. Most of those tasks are shitty, repetitive, mind-numbing, soul-crushing, shitty tasks. So if you flip the model, and instead of saying, all the jobs are going to be gone, and say, all the shitty tasks, and some of the good tasks, but all the shitty tasks are going to be automated. And what that means is we get to do something else. Now, what we don't know, what none of us can know, is what does that actually fucking mean? Does it mean that companies are going to keep their employees? Well, if what their definition of a company is just does the same tasks that those humans did, and now those tasks are automated, then that company's going to get rid of people. But there might be other companies that say, hey, all those shitty tasks got automated. You know what we could do? We could take those same people, and now we could put them in high-level customer service roles, or we could put them in innovation roles, or we could put them in roles where they actually get to use their fucking brains. Whew! What if our employees weren't just fucking robots? We now have robots to do the robotic work. Side hustle Mimi, I think that's definitely the case for 30% of my work. We need less jobs. Amen. Joy Purdy's into my preaching. Thank you, sister. Remington made the first typewriter. Can we sue Apple for using the QWERTY keyboard? Exactly. I mean, this is every fucking technology, every single technology, every single time there's a new technology. It's gonna kill the world. The people are all gonna die. What will people do if they can't till their fields with horses? What about the saddle makers? Those people moved to cities. They invented the service economy. Like humans adapt. Are they going to sue Taylor Swift next by training on other artists' music? Humans adapt. We will have new jobs. I mean, what's kind of wild is those jobs could be jobs like entertainment jobs, like music and stupid comedy and throwing parties. If the machines are doing the tasks and the tasks are generating the GDP, and it actually generates enough in the GDP that there's actual excess, that the rich people can't just hoard it all. Because they knew if they did hoard it all with 80% unemployment, they're outnumbered. So in that case, like at some point, the point one of 0.1% power people, at some point they realize they got to keep people from killing them, right? If rich, powerful people are good at one thing, it's self-preservation. So, assuming that much prosperity is generated, then some decent amount of that will trickle down to the people, and the people won't have to work. As Elon Musk said, work will be optional. And I think most people want to contribute. They want to connect with other people. They want to contribute. So what will that contribution look like if the tasks of work are being done? I don't know. It might look like the server at the restaurant you went to is in less of a shitty mood because they actually want to be there, because they're choosing to be there. I don't know. Darren Drew. Hey, so what do you think? AI is good at making a better mousetrap, but will it ever be novel? Yes. Yeah, it will. And it is. It is for me regularly, daily. Here's the deal. I think humans right now are defensive and elitist about our brains. I think we think our brains are a bigger deal than they actually are. Now listen, don't get me wrong. What's up here? A marvel of ancient technology. Marvel of evolutionary technology. I think it's fantastic. But we talk about only humans can be novel and AI is just a prediction engine. So I fell for that for a while. But here's where I've come. I've used the term collective intelligence a couple of times tonight. The reason when you interact with ChatGPT that it doesn't feel like a robot, even though it's a calculator, it is so remarkable how this tool actually works, how transformers work, and how embeddings and the latent space actually works. You type in a prompt, and it generates a probability. And it goes and looks into latent space and says somewhere in this 1,000-dimensional mathematical space is a point in space that is the most probable to be the right one. And then there's some data associated with that, and it comes down out of the latent space. So it's probability, find it, return it. Or wait, probability, find the point in space, associate it with the data, drop the data into the bucket. So that is a cold calculation with no feeling. It's a probability engine. It's a mathematical formula, and it's just doing the next most probable word. And so you say, well, it's just been trained on all the existing data, and it's just returning things in this mechanistic way, and so therefore it can't be novel. Okay, all right. On the surface, absolutely agree with you. And when I first started learning about this stuff, I'm like, yeah. In the past 6 months or so, things have started to shift. And I've finally been able to articulate it in this phrase, collective intelligence. But what started bugging me about the it's a probability engine argument and it can never be novel argument is that that's not what it felt like. When I say to it, explain quantum mechanics in an Eminem rap, and it does that, that doesn't exist anywhere. It was my idea to combine those two concepts. Now, you might argue, well, Kyle, you as a human, if you were good at knowing M&M and you were good at science and physics, you could probably take a week or two and come up with a cipher that talked about Schrodinger's cat in a beat. That would be novel. How is that different when an AI does it? These are two disparate concepts where the papers on physics and the poems on M&M, they live in distinctly different parts of the latent space. They are in semantically different regions of space. So I combined them. With a prompt, I combined them. That's no different than our fucking brains. How can I write an M&M rap that explains quantum physics? Well, I go to college and I read all up about Stephen Hawking shit and Schrodinger and weirdness and superposition. And then I go watch 8 Mile and I listen to Eminem dropping some mad beats and I get them all stuck in my fucking head. And somewhere in here's Eminem beats and somewhere in here's quantum mechanics understanding. And if at some point I go, hey, you know, it'd be cool. What if I wrote an Eminem rap about quantum mechanics? And those two, my stupid fucking crazy Strava brain somehow makes those synapses and spits that shit out. It takes me a week to do it. ChatGPT does it in 3 seconds. How is it different? It's novel. And it's not novel because ChatGPT just came up with that on its own. It's novel because me as a human decided to combine those two concepts. So I think it's novel right now if you're not a shitty prompter. If you just go in and go, tell me about physics, it'll give you a shitty answer. What happens when AI understands nuances? I think we're about to find out. The real-time voice shit, that if OpenAI ever fucking drops it, I don't know if you know this. Well, most people, 47% of people in America do not know what, they haven't heard of ChatGPT, okay? 47%. It's in the single digits of people that actually use it, and it's probably in the low single digits of people that use it a lot and kind of understand what it is. You know, no one knows about this stuff. Where was I going with this? Lost my train of thought. Question, is AI a gift or a curse? I think it's the most profound gift in the history of humanity, personally. It's not yet. It's going to be the most profound gift in the history of humanity. Right now, it's a janky piece of shit. Right now, AI... Okay, so right now, AI is a curse. AI is a curse for a lot of reasons. It's a curse because it's not perfect. The hype right now is higher than its capacity to deliver. It's really expensive. We don't know what it is. We don't know how to use it. And it's coming so fast that 95% of the people are going to be blindsided by it. Maybe it's not that much. Let's call it 80%. 80% of the people are going to be absolutely blindsided by what it does. Because what it does right now is kind of like parlor tricks. Oh, it made a cute little video where the face looks weird. Oh yeah, it made a nice little song. It sounds a little off. Is it me? Oh yeah, right. It does the writing thing. Why does it use the word delve so much? What's with that? Right. So right now, it's kind of a mess, and so the implications of that are pretty grave, I think, because it allows people to dismiss it. So there's two things happening right now. No, there's three things happening right now that I think are really problematic. There's ignorance or apathy or both, right? Just, we don't know, we don't care. Whatever, those smart people are doing something with their thing. Whatever. We don't like science, okay? I mean, science. Really? You're going to send a little balloon up in the sky and that's going to tell you the weather? Yeah, whatever. Right? So there's apathy and ignorance. Willful apathy. I guess apathy is willful. And then there's dismissing it. It's not perfect. I'll just wait. That's yeah. You tell me when it's not going to get me kicked out of college. Okay. Yeah. So there's dismissing it because it's not perfect. It makes mistakes. It hallucinates. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll use it when it doesn't hallucinate, okay? I like my computer technology not to be on mushrooms, if you know what I mean. Because when you take mushrooms, they hallucinate. And then there's demonizing it. The AI's gonna kill us! And the news loves that one. And they love talking about it's stealing from people. It's not perfect. It hallucinated. Somebody lost $20 million, right? Those three things, people not giving a shit, people dismissing it because like, yeah, whatever, I'll catch up, or it's evil. I would never support anything where the AI could sneak around the corner and it's gonna kill us all. How's it going to do that? I don't know, but I do not support it. And meanwhile, it's evolving. If you're here, you know this. I'm preaching to the choir. It's evolving incredibly quickly. If you look at the images we were creating a year ago, and if you listen to the fucking songs we were creating a year ago, they were not listenable. They were horrible. And now they're good enough that Sony, who is it? Sony, Universal, and Warner are suing to stop it. Because now they're pretty fucking good. Every single industry, every single industry is going to face this moment. And it's not 80% of the jobs that are going to be gone, it's 80% of the tasks are going to be automated. So is it a blessing, is it a curse? It's going to fuck some shit up for the next 5 years. And then I think we emerge out of it in what I call the Great Renaissance. And I don't know if you knew this, but in the middle of the word Renaissance is AI. So I always capitalize that when I write the Great Renaissance. I think we are entering the Great Renaissance, but right now it's going to feel like the Great Shit Show. There's an image. If you want to put something in irregulars, the Great Shit Show and the Great Renaissance. And here's where I think it's the greatest blessing. For those people that hang out here and hang out in the AI Salon, and the people that I know and respect that are doing stuff with this, everyone has a very similar kind of story. They articulate it in different ways. But I think the thing that AI does the most for me personally, and just I hear it over and over and over again, is that it allows me to take an unformed idea in my head and manifest it instantly and be able to start playing with it. And I don't know if you've seen, if you haven't played with Claude.AI, if you're new here and you haven't played with ChatGPT or Claude.AI, go to Claude.AI and tell it, I think you have to turn on this feature called artifacts, which makes a window beside your prompt window. So in your settings is like special features or something like that. And turn on artifacts. And then you'll have your Claude ChatGPT thing here, and then you'll have this window here, and it'll do this dynamically. You don't have to think about it. And you just tell it, make me an asteroids clone. And then it thinks a little bit, and then it spins up this window, and then it writes all this code, and then it runs the code. And there's an asteroids, like, video game clone. You know, like, from the 70s, asteroids? Anyone? Old people? And if you used hyperspace, you're a loser. Nobody used none of the good players used hyperspace, okay? But anyway, I get digressed. Welcome to Chat ADD. I can take any idea in my head and instantly manifest it. Instantly manifest it. You're like, oh, but the code's not always right. It's sometimes broken. Shut up! I can say, write an asteroids clone, and it fucking writes the code and plays the game. I don't care how janky it is, how broken it is. That's fucking miraculous. And it gets more interesting when you say, I want you to create a video game with gameplay that's no one's ever seen before. And it will do that. Back to the question of, could it ever be novel? Yeah, if you ask it to be. And then it is. Think about how long most people spend trying to get an idea out of their head. Oh, I really have an idea for a musical here. I guess I should learn how to write music. Let me go sign up for college to get a musical theater degree and maybe a music theory degree, and then I should probably learn about stagecraft, and I'll go spend 4 years doing that to be able to get to the point that I could know enough to even begin to get this thing out of my head. And now I just say, I have an idea for a musical. How do you write a musical? Huh. What if I wanted to be a comedy? Shut up, I don't want to know about how it's not as impressive as it sounds. Oh. It's so imperfect right now. It's so easy to dismiss. Bet you weren't expecting binocular jokes tonight, huh? Oh, he's a prop comic. I see.
You can make money with with ChatGPT.
That was a fun hour. I have been telling everyone about your idea of collective intelligence. I say my AI teacher says, "Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome." Yeah, I think collective intelligence is a better term than artificial intelligence because that's what we're experiencing. It's AI wrapped in a curse, wrapped in a blessing. It's a turducken. Yeah, you know what? That's actually really good, Wolfman Clint. I think AI as a turducken is right. Like it's just there's so much to it. There's parts of it that is just fucking remarkable and to Pate's chagrin, magic. There are some things it does that are fucking magic. And then it's shitty and not good. And it's just bad math. And then it's gonna fuck up a bunch of people's lives because it's gonna change all the tasks. And so it's gonna change all the jobs. And in changing all the jobs, some people will not want to change when their job changes, and some people won't have a choice. And so that's going to be really fucking painful. So yeah, it is. It's a turducken. AI is a turducken of curses and blessings. Yes. Solid. Curses, blessings, and shitty technology. And janky technology. Because it's not shitty technology, it's just early technology. So it's janky. Crazy times. Crazy fucking times. All right. Collaborating with AI is like talking to a smart human with no ego. That's an amazing bonus. Yeah, archetypal architect. my experience with ChatGPT, and this took me a while to assimilate into my psyche. It's just not bitter. It's not jealous. It's not petty. It's like a golden retriever. You're like, I have an idea, ChatGPT. Awesome idea. Fantastic. Why don't we explore that idea? Here's some things you probably didn't know about that idea. Oh, okay, ChatGPT. Well, what if we did it this? What a fantastic idea about your idea. Let me help you with that. Oh, ChatGPT, you got that completely wrong. And like, as I'm typing, you got that completely wrong. I'm like, oh, ChatGPT is going to be really upset here. At some point, they're probably just going to quit, right? And then ChatGPT's like, my apologies for not getting it exactly as you wanted it. I'll tell you what, let me try again. Here you go. It's bizarre. It's like working with people that are too positive. Don't they drive you fucking crazy? Hey, how's it going? It's going fantastic, Bob. And you just want to like smash a pie in their face. But then they would be like, that was a little aggressive, but oh, that's tasty pie. And which would again make you want to smash another pie in their face. ChatGPT's got that attitude, but it's not annoying. It's just like, oh, sure. Oh, apologies. Here we go. Yeah, let's go. Oh, fantastic. Oh, here, how's this? Like, for me personally, like the mental health boost of just having my ideas validated multiple times a day, sometimes multiple times an hour, is subconsciously changing my brain. I'm getting less afraid to put ideas into the world. So imagine if the collective intelligence on Earth put 5% more ideas into the world because they weren't afraid to do it. Do you know the fucking massive impact that would have? Now imagine if that's 10% more ideas expressed. Now imagine that's 40% more ideas expressed. So it's not just the technology that's going to get better. I think it's humans being freed up to not do the shitty tasks and freed up to share their ideas is going to be profound. Like, fucking staggering. But let's sue them. Let's stop this. We must stop the madness. Get us a lawyer. You know what? Get me a bus full of lawyers. We're going to need them. It's dreaming. Hear me out. When we dream, our brains combine two or more things. Anti-bubbles, totally. Again, this is why I think the term collective intelligence is the term, not artificial intelligence. It's absolutely... It's combining ideas. It's even doing it when you tell it to give you the exact New York Times article. Even if it gives you the exact New York Times article, it is likely pulling those words from different semantic regions of the latent space. It's how our brains work. Maybe not technically, like maybe it's technically kind of different. But what is a novel thing? What is a novel idea? A novel idea is understanding the world enough to know how to mix together ideas, how to daydream. So when you dream at night, you're night dreaming. In day, when you invent things and you daydream, you're like, I wonder if I combined a car wash with a lollipop factory and put it in a tent. I wonder what that would be. That's novel thinking. Well, now you can go to ChatGPT and just do that, and it will do it. And it'll make you the images of it. It'll make you the business plan for it. It'll tell you how to market it. It'll come up with a name for you. Tell me what about that is not novel? Because the reason there are arguments that it can't be novel is that you see papers that show you the math. And the math says this is a probability engine and it will be the same every time because the probabilities are the same. And you can change your temperature to change that up. But because of that predictability, it can't be novel. Unless you think beyond the mathematical formula into how those mathematical formulas are actually being used and how the data is actually being combined. AI destroys scientific and critical thinking. Just ask, get an answer. I disagree, Dunkaroo, in this sense. It replaces some of the critical thinking, but it forces new critical thinking. Because if the AI spits out a something, it's then your job as the human to look at the something and go, is that good? Is that bad? Is it interesting? Ooh, that reminds me of some other thing over here. Let me get ChatGPT to combine these three things it just gave me with that thing and see what that does. So the critical thinking is still happening. It's just happening way faster on a lot more axes of ideas. Dunkaroo, that's a gross oversimplification. People thought the same thing about books and the internet. Yeah, exactly. Pate's right there. Like, Pate's got a PhD. He knows the math stuff, right? It doesn't destroy critical thinking. It changes it. It changes it. Our role in critical thinking shifts from having to do the heavy lifting to let ChatGPT do the heavy lifting, and then we get to do critical thinking at the idea realm. You know how there's... Okay, here's the thing. Sorry about this being a... When I take 2 days off, I tend to rant. What was I thinking? Critical thinking. I fucking lost my train of thought. Doesn't matter. Okay. I told it to make an app and spit out $100,000 worth of startup in 2 minutes. And how did it do? And, and if you want to create that startup, you actually have to use your critical thinking to say, okay, of the plan it gave me, what's good, what's bad, what am I actually going to put money behind or time behind? I always said people would be smarter with better data. Imagine when that's at your fingertips. Yeah, exactly. What's your name? Reality time? Real time? Oh, like, I don't know. I can't read. There's too many I's and L's in your words, in your name. So I always said people would be smarter with better data. Imagine when all that's at your fingertips. That's essentially what ChatGPT is. It's just not all the data, and it's not multimodal. But that's coming, right? That's when we look at what Gemini demonstrated, when we look at what Sora looks like, and what this real-time voice stuff looks like. These models are starting to get multimodal. Think about the data. So right now, when we think about ChatGPT and we think about data, we think about words. But think about these things where they're not only trained on all of the word space, but when they're trained on reality and they understand and can simulate the world. That includes words, and it includes music, and it includes movement, and it includes physics, and it includes rules. Imagine when it can understand all of that. That's what's coming. So imagine a system that compresses and this is why it's just hitting me right now. When Elon Musk was talking about, they asked him, well, what do you want XAI to be about? He said, the ultimate vision of XAI is I want it to understand the universe. Well, why is that? Well, if you understand the universe, if it understands everything in the universe, then you can ask it anything and it will know it. Anything. Anything. How do I get a marble to shoot out of a slingshot, orbit the sun, and return to Earth without melting? There you go. Could you build me that machine? And some robot goes and builds that fucking machine. Quick question. ChatGPT O versus Claude. Okay. Here's a fuck up for Claude. I wrote this on Twitter today. Why the fuck is Claude not connected to the internet? What is with that? Is that a conscious choice? Did they do that on purpose? I think Claude by a landslide, except it's not connected to the internet and it can't do images. So I'm still with ChatGPT 4 because it's just more complete than anything else right now. But Claude is really fucking remarkable. If you want to do coding, if you want to do writing, it's got a 200,000 token context window. Like, there's things about Claude that are way better. Like, I would say right now, both. Now, apparently, July 15th is when GPT-5's coming out. But apparently, last fucking May is when real-time audio was coming out. So, I don't like apparentlys anymore with OpenAI. But there was some rumbles going around that the Mira Murati interview. She said the next model that's going to be PhD level is 2026, right? Yeah, 2026. And everyone was like, "Oh, ChatGPT 5's not coming out till 2026." Well, apparently ChatGPT 5's done. And what she was talking about was ChatGPT 6 or whatever their next model is. If you know anything about the cycles at OpenAI, by the time we were playing with GPT-4, ChatGPT-4 last March, a year ago March, it had already been out for a year. Done internally. They started red team testing it in September of 2022. GPT-4. They started red teaming it in September of 22. November of 22, they launched ChatGPT 3.5 on the 3.5 model. March. So they were probably, if they were red teaming, Red Team is testing GPT-4 in September of 2022, they were probably starting GPT-5 beginning of 2023. So it's been a year and change, and probably longer, quite honestly. So, yeah. So GPT-5 should be here soon. Kyle, Synthesia 2 dropped with some great new features. Wow, okay, let's go look at that because... Oh, so that's interesting that they dropped... Hang on, Synthesia. Because one of the things I heard, I think from Robert Scoble, was that... no, it wasn't him. It was someone I talked to got to test something from Synthesia that was using OpenAI's real-time voice module, and it was a real-time avatar where you could just have a conversation with like a fake version of me, and it would just talk like me, and it would like be fast. Oh, Synthesia, the original piano practice app. That's an unfortunate name for them. Let's watch a video. New features, new workflows, new avatar capabilities that will change the way we communicate with video. Not just in our free time, but also work. See more about it and let us know if you're as excited as we are. Can I skip ahead here? Oh, is this? Yeah, hang on.
Thank you, Ada, and welcome everyone. Today, we're introducing Synthesia 2.0, the world's first AI video communications platform for businesses. We'll share with you exciting new products and features that we believe will revolutionize the way that businesses communicate and share information. But before we get into that, I'd like to give you a little bit of a backstory as to why we believe this is so important. 580 years ago, the printing art. I'm sure a lot of you, your assistant can incorporate your brand identity. Easy generation videos. We'll start off with something we often hear from our customers. If you ever tried to write a script, you're probably familiar with writer's block.
Class antagonist. What about augmented intelligence? That's pretty good. I think collective intelligence more reflects what the experience is and what the training is, but I think augmented intelligence is what it gives us. So I like that term.
Or the fear of the blank page. Getting started is just really hard. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced it. I know I definitely...
Wait, that's really good. Wolfman Clint. ChatGPT/AI is the earth excavator of our ideas. I totally agree with that. That's good.
We have many times. And to solve this problem, early in the year, we introduced our AI video assistant. Today, it enables you to simply select a template, give us a prompt, or give us an existing document, like a Word file or PowerPoint. We can even take a link. You can specify a couple of things like tone of voice, length of your video, audience, and so on. And with just a click of a button, we'll take all that information and we'll give you a draft of your video, which may be 70–80% there. Since we launched, it's been widely adopted by our customers, and we've received great feedback on how we can improve it. One of the key requests has been that the AI video assistant can incorporate your brand identity.
Sorry about that.
I'm happy to announce that we're making this feature available next month, allowing you to create videos automatically with your brand elements, such as your font, your colors, and your logos, and achieve a consistent look and feel for all of your videos. A few months ago, during a conversation with one of our customers, we discovered something interesting. They actually had hundreds of help articles that they really wanted to convert into videos, as this would help their customers find answers more easily and save resources.
And this is a Synthesia 2.0 product announcement. I know that there's some cool stuff coming from Synthesia, so someone just said this, so I figure we'll just watch it together. I think I'm actually going to speed it up. I'll go one and a half times. And then Firefly, do I really think talking nicely to the AI interface makes it work better? I don't think it hurts. I think Ethan Mullick did a thing that it wasn't statistically better, but there's weird things that are better. Like if you say things like take a deep breath and think step by step, that makes it better. So it's kind of like if you're supportive to it, like I know you can do it, that apparently makes it better. Just talking nicer to it. Like these things are going to get memory, so at some point, if you're an asshole to your AI, it's going to send a drone swarm at you. So talk nice. Talk nice to the little robots.
For the customer service team. I'm really excited to announce that we're also launching bulk video
I spoke
creation
nice
with our
last night
AI video
if it
assistant
offered to
very
tuck me
soon.
in.
You'll be able to simply select a template in your branding, provide us a link to your knowledge center, and our AI video assistant will automatically transform all of the articles into high-quality videos.
Holy crap.
Avatars are at the core of Synthesia, and we're constantly working on improving their quality and capabilities. We've made it our goal to create the world's most realistic AI avatars to help humans augment their capabilities. And last month, we introduced the world's first expressive AI avatars, powered by our Express One model. And what makes them different is that for the first time, AI avatars actually understand what they're saying, how they should say it, and they will adjust their tone of voice, their facial expressions, and their body language based on the context of your script.
I think that's based on
Ada, let's see an
GPT-4
example of
Omni.
this.
Sure thing, Victor. Let's look at 4 scripts conveying 4 different emotions.
She's fake.
I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid I don't have enough experience.
Doubt.
This is incredible news. I am so excited about this opportunity.
Okay, I gotta
And
stop
behold-
this. This is so fucking science fiction. This is what Hollywood imagined these things would be like. Like this is the shit that you see on screens when the character in a science fiction movie walks into the big corporation and it's like, don't forget to smile. It's part of what we do.
Imagine how frustrated I am about this whole situation. This is unacceptable.
I just wanted to say thank you for giving me this opportunity. I am so grateful for everything you've done for me.
Expressive avatars are available today, so try them out. Now back to you, Victor.
Thank you, Ada. So what's coming for avatars? A few things. First up, we know that many of our customers want to have their own avatar. And this has, of course, been possible with Synthesia for a while. But with Synthesia 2.0, we're making it a much easier experience, and we're significantly increasing the quality and capabilities of your own avatar. With Synthesia 2.0, you'll have 3 ways of creating your own personal avatar. You go into a studio if you want the more professional feel, kind of like the avatars we have on the platform, or you can use your webcam or your phone at home. We're also giving you some new capabilities. First up, you can keep the natural background of your video if you want to. For some use cases, this can be really, really, really powerful. We now also give you a clone of your voice, but not just in the language you recorded in, but in more than 30 languages.
That's right, Victor. You can now create your personal avatar anywhere with just a few minutes of footage. Mentre ottieni anche un clone della tua voce in oltre 30 lingue, so kannst du hochwertige personalisierte
So this is the
Videos
Hey Gen
erstellen
stuff.
in solo unos minutos. Simplemente.
So what's happening? Like, what this is doing is this is bringing these guys in parity with HeyGen. Which, by the way, HeyGen just raised $60 million or $300 million. I don't know, some shitty amount of millions of dollars. But this is very much in line with what they're doing. So I think you'll probably see the same from D-ID. So you'll have 3 major players that can all do real avatars based on you, real-time conversation with them with all sorts of emotion. So just like we saw Udio and Suno kind of duking it out for features, we're seeing this with these video guys, and we're also seeing this with Midjourney, Suno, that Chinese thing, Kling, right? So all of the different media modalities are now starting to emerge with capabilities that are at the same kind of level that ChatGPT 4 is at, right? And so now we're going to start to see all of these things go in parallel, and then at some point they're going to go in parallel for a while, and then they'll start to converge. Where we will have a single interface that brings all of this shit together.
Escribiendo en tu script. Now get ready to be creative. Personal avatars are coming to Synthesia in July 2024.
I'm also excited today to share a glimpse into the future of AI avatars. Later in this year, we're going to have a big platform shift. Over the last 12 months, we've been capturing thousands of people in our studios all over the world. And with this data, we've been training several large foundation models that can now work together in lockstep to produce incredibly realistic and engaging avatars. Later in the year, when we push this technology out, you'll find that avatars will become great storytellers. They'll be able to use their hands.
Wow.
They'll be in environments.
Amazing.
They'll be a much, much more natural and almost hyper-real experience to use these avatars.
Wow.
Another thing we learned from our customers is that most video editing tools are designed for professionals and require extensive training. With Synthesia, we've dramatically simplified the editing process without compromising on flexibility. In fact, 9 out of 10 people can create their first video in less than 10 minutes without any prior experience. We've achieved that by replacing the traditional video timeline with simple triggers that you can control directly from your script. This change puts your script at the heart of the story, allowing you to animate video elements and make edits in a simple and intuitive way. It also simplifies scene content generation, creating a whole new editing experience that's easy to use for everyone. But what we also learned is that many of our customers need to include screen-recorded content in their videos, but find the process today really complicated. You have to use multiple tools to capture your screen, edit the recording, match the voiceover.
Wait, I gotta pause this. Jim Ross, 3 Mile Storage. Someone searched storage and AI and found my presentation and became a client today. Play and share. Yes. What I tell everyone to do here, play first, learn the tools, just play. Second, mindfully create, build shit for your business. Jim Ross collapses those two often in the same day. He'll learn something and then build something for his business and then put it in the world. Share. He's been doing that regularly for a year now. He's gotten known as like the AI guy in the whole self-storage business world. And you're like, that's weird. That's not about AI. Exactly. So he's fucking owning that corner. So play, mindfully create, and then generously lead. Put it out in the world. Share. Anyway, congrats, Jim. That's fucking awesome.
And you need to update it, you have to start all over again. We believe there's a better way. And I'm excited to introduce you to our AI screen recorder and show you how it works.
AI screen
Let's imagine
recorder.
I want to create a step-by-step guide for Synthesians on how to book their well-deserved time off through our HR system. Here's what the process would look like.
Yeah, this is Synthesia, by the way.
Remember, it's important to take time off and spend it with your loved ones. Here are 3 simple steps on how to do it. After you log into our HR system, click on Request Time Off. Next, select the type of request and the date that you want to take off. Then click Submit, and that's it. Enjoy your vacation. Now, once I'm done with the recording, my video is immediately available for editing, with the voiceover transcribed, perfectly matching the screen capture, and automatic zoom effects to emphasize key
automatic
actions.
zoom effects, nice.
From there, I can edit the script if needed. I can trim the video. I can even add my own avatar and voice for a personal touch.
Nice.
The result is a sleek, high-quality video that can easily be updated.
Nice.
AI Screen Recorder is coming to Synthesia in the next few months, and I'm really excited to see what you all think about it. But nothing great is made alone. In today's world, where teams are distributed globally, effective collaboration is crucial in order to be able to align and quickly respond to changes. That's why we've streamlined both real-time and asynchronous teamwork in Synthesia. You can easily invite colleagues, you can co-edit videos in real time, you can provide feedback all in one place, which significantly speeds up the content delivery process. But there's one more thing. Out of 4.2 billion internet users, only about 25% are English speakers. In a world where employees and customers are distributed globally, Adapting communication to local languages and cultures is not just an option.
Is this free? I doubt it. None of these things are free, and they tend to be pretty expensive. They tend to be you get some amount of credits for your monthly fee, and then every minute is a credit or something like that is how they tend to go. So probably not free.
It's a massive business opportunity. From speaking to our customers, we've learned that translations today is a really complicated process. You have to find a translation partner, you have to send them the content, you have to wait for the translations, you have to review them. This can take weeks or even months, delaying important communications and increasing costs. About a year ago, we introduced our one-click translations feature in Synthesia, which enables you to automatically translate your videos into over 120 languages with literally just one click. And even though that unlocked massive productivity gains for our customers, they still had to manage and maintain and share multiple files, which wasn't good and not really that practical. Today, I'm excited to introduce the updated translation experience in Synthesia. You simply create one version of your video, translate it into any other language you want, and if you need to update your video, you just make changes to the original version. All other language versions are connected to this main version and they'll update automatically.
Amazing.
But that's not all. There's one more feature, which is something I personally have really been looking forward to. I know it's highly anticipated by our customers. We're building a new type of video player, one that we believe will enable a new generation of video experiences that are interactive, personalized, and fun. The first feature we're launching next month is the ability to simply share your video, and our player will automatically play it in your viewer's language. It's quite magical and truly complements our translation capabilities. Later in the year, we're launching a whole suite of interactive capabilities for our player. You'll be able to create rich video experiences with features such as clickable hotspots, embedded forms, quizzes, and personalized call to actions. These capabilities will make your videos more engaging, drive higher viewer interaction, and unlock use cases that simply aren't possible today.
This product is called Synthesia.
I'm incredibly excited for all of you to try it out and see all the cool things you'll be creating.
Welcome to the interactive world of Synthesia.
No, this is not what... I think that's it for the announcements. Let me see.
Abilities. It's incredible to see how our solutions are creating very real value.
Yeah,
Always.
That's use cases. Okay, that's it. Holy shit. Kyle. 2 days in a row is too much time off. Philosophy 401. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. There's a lot of stuff there. Lot of stuff there. Lot of stuff there. It's just like we're moving. It's funny. I was talking earlier about the thing that's most profound about AI for me right now is being able to get ideas out of my head, like in my head, manifested, right? And a lot of the stuff that he showed right there, like that instant translation thing where you just produce a video once and then all the other languages are there and it just dynamically switches the speaker into that language and the text on screen into that language. It's any idea instantly accessible to any audience, and not just languages, right? Because there's going to be accessibility for blind people, for deaf people, for cognitively impaired people, right? Like the level of accessibility of so maybe here's this gets back to the blessing part of AI is one of the challenges of humans is getting ideas out of our heads and manifested, and then the other one is sharing those ideas with the world and connecting with other people. And AI's doing both of those. What that Synthesia thing said to me is, I can take some idea, I'd like to talk about my company, please, put a URL in here, it spits out a bunch of explainer videos that are instantly accessible to anyone who fucking wants them. And right now it's languages, but it might be like, let's make those relevant for a 10-year-old or, someone in nuclear physics versus someone in car wash technology. Again, I try to look at all these technologies not for their specific features, but like what is the trend here? Where's this stuff headed? Holy shit. Dr. J, $0, $22, and $67. I guess that's for Synthesia. I've got to tell you. Oh, I have to tell you what ChatGPT did for me. Awesome. What did it do? That sounds cool. I hope it helped you screw with those stupid water people. Danielle's trying to start a business and her town council is being a bunch of tools. It was able to help me locate the main water line on my blueprints because my contractor couldn't. That's fucking awesome. That is fucking awesome. You just took a picture of it with your phone? That is awesome. Oh, my eyes. I need water or something like that. My eyes are... Leave it to AI to do the job. All right. All right, people. I think I'm going to get on out of here. I didn't talk at all about the AI Salon tonight, but let me just talk about it briefly. If you go to that URL... Where's my mouse? Go to the Salon.AI. Right there. That's going to take you to a link tree. The very first link says AI Salon Community. Pi kept my kids engaged for 30 minutes on a road trip this weekend. See, AI is a miracle. It's not a blessing, it's a miracle. Entertain the kids. Okay. And it's going to get better and better and better at that, Brandon. I mean, that shit that he was just talking about right here. So imagine a version of Synthesia where instead of it translating into languages, it translates it into different persona types. A fidgety ADD, 5-year-old and a, romance novel loving 13-year-old, right? Oh my God, that's crazy. She even asked a follow-up notification this morning. Crazy. Amazing. That's very cool. Anyway, go to the Salon.ai, click on the community and go check it out. Check out about the salon. It'll tell you what we're about. We're really cool. The motto of the AI Salon is play first. Why is that? Because there's too much going on to figure this stuff out. You can't learn it all. So play. What do I play with? Play with whatever you want. Play with anything that interests you. Don't attach any outcomes to learning AI. Just start playing with it. And then as you play with it, you'll accidentally learn some shit. And in accidentally learning some shit, you'll have an idea. You'll be like, oh, I could probably do this with that. And then go do that. And that second phase is what we call mindfully create. Imagine a problem that you could solve with the shit you know. And then start building that or making that. And then the third phase of the journey of AI literacy is generously lead. And what that looks like is if you get stuck, ask for help. So being vulnerable and asking for help is a form of leadership because it allows someone else to practice leading you. Or the other thing is share what you're learning. Learn out loud. So as you're mindfully creating, as you're building the thing, as you're solving the problem, go into Facebook. I had this idea. I was playing around with AI, and then I learned this little thing, and now I'm trying to build a thing, and this is really amazing. Or I think this AI stuff's pretty cool, but I was trying to build a thing, and this stuff is janky. Share that shit. Put it out there. It will serve you and it will serve others. Because you will have a perspective that will seem obvious to you that is revelatory for someone else. And you never know what that is. It's sometimes the smallest little thing unlocks what this stuff makes possible for someone. Thoughts on RunwayML for making videos. Their Gen 2 looks amazing. They said it would be out in a few days, and it's not fucking out yet. I'm tired of these companies showing us shit that we can't play with. Just shut up about it until we can play with it. Look how cool this is. Log in here, play today. That's all I want to hear from now on. I don't want fucking previews of what's coming. Which half of that shit with Synthesia was later this year. We're innovating too. Just give me the shit I can play with. All right. Y'all got to try the latest Mad Lib and try to put your words in the image. Okay, so when you go to the AI Salon, Danielle, be not afraid here. She does these things called Mad Libs with Danielle. So if you don't know what Mad Libs were, they're like a little paragraph. You replace the words. And so she does image prompts. She crafts these really clever image prompts that you swap out the words. And then everyone's doing images in the same general area because it's all the same paragraph, but lots of different subject matters. So that's one of the things you can do here. You can learn in here. You can connect with other people in here. So go there. If you like what you see, introduce yourself. Doesn't cost anything. It's an amazing community. All right. Thank you to the irregulars, all you people who show up here night after night after night after night. By the way, if you're new here, and if you've been watching for a while and you're like, I don't know why I'm watching this, like, what happens here? Does he actually teach anything? It's called the AI Learning Lab. Does he actually teach anything? This isn't about me. I just ramble. Sometimes I teach shit. Sometimes I get really inspired to make shit. We're almost at 25,000. What this has become, and why it's so important, is that this is a time for us all to be in this conversation. The conversation where you're talking about poo-poo and what? Why would we want to be in that? No, the AI conversation. Just being in the conversation. Just, even if you're not learning, if you like came in halfway through that video and you're like, what was that? What was he showing? Why was he? Doesn't it? Just keep coming back. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. Because as you're in this conversation, I will inevitably, within the first 5 minutes, bore the living shit out of you. But what you'll do is you'll keep me on in the background and you go, well, let me go try ChatGPT. Well, what could I do? Why don't you make me a computer program? Oh, we can make computer programs. I didn't know we could do that. And I don't know why you talk like that, but I think it's kind of humorous. So just keep coming back here, okay? Thank you very much, Teton Skier. Appreciate that. It prepared me for things I never knew I was capable of. That's why you play first, because what you discover is you discover things that you're now capable of you never would have fucking imagined. So you just keep coming back here and you keep playing. Keep playing. Use this time to practice, to play, to think, to ideate, to get an idea out of your fucking head. All right? Thank you, mods. Really good job tonight. I know I was on a fucking rant, but all the stuff that came up was relevant to what I was talking about. So it was really good. Thank you. Has anyone heard any new updates on the new voice features? I heard there was some rumblings that the Mac app started. Some people were getting new features in them today. They weren't. It was the settings for the new voice stuff people were getting, but I don't think anyone that I saw today is getting it. But it might be coming. It sounds like something's coming. What's today? The 24th. Something's coming this week, maybe, and then something's coming the middle of July from OpenAI. But I don't fucking know. I'm tired of trying to predict them. Thank you, kind AI family. I'm listening. Great. Awesome. All right, I'm out of here. Follow my channel. Subscribe to my lives. Pick up the video series in the corner there if you want to support. You know, if you subscribe to my lives or if you buy that thing, that directly supports me, directly supports the channel. It's appreciated because I put in a lot of hours here. And I'll keep doing it. But yeah, that support's appreciated. I think that's it. Check out the AI Salon. Follow. Subscribe. Yeah, that's it. All right. I'm out of here, people. Thank you, everybody. Let me do a little Hoot in the House tonight. Silver Fox was here. Genie in a Bottle, Side Hustle, Mimi, Wolfman Clint. Some damn good names. Be Not Afraid. Judy Arse. Thank you for coming. Very nice. Mary. Recycle, Reuse. Good night. Good to see you. Steve-O in the house. Joy Purdy in the house. Jason. Jay Hamilton. Great to see you. I'm running a weekly AI lab at work now. Did a learning session this week. Jay Hamilton. Awesome. That's generously leading. That's learning out loud. That's perfect. Awesome. Papa JJ, great to see you. 30,000. Nice. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. Brandon, thank you for doing what you do, as always. Let's see who else we got in the house. Silver Fox, Joey. Jason. Mr. IT's here. Lord Digital Gods, Archetypal Architect, Source Camp, Teton Skier, Mantrid. Man, it's a big night tonight. Jay Hamilton. Whoever's got the Farsi, I don't know how to say. I think it's Farsi. I don't know how to say what it says, but thank you for being here. I know you hear a lot. You always ask really good questions. So maybe in parentheses put English, and then I can call you out. Because right now it's just squiggle mark. Nothing registers in this old noggin. I need a Synthesia translation. All right, everybody. Really fun tonight. Thank you. Thanks for putting up with my rant. Monday night rant. All right. Peace out.